Hey everyone. Today we're going to dig into a strategy for business growth that's it's different. It's not about just marketing faster. It's about building smarter from the ground up. We're talking about creating a foundation so strong that growth isn't just a hope, it's pretty much inevitable. So let's get into it. All right, let me start with a question that probably sounds a little too familiar. You're pouring money into ads, you're running all these campaigns, but then at the end of the month, you're just staring at the numbers, wondering, where did it all go? It's such a common problem, and the answer isn't just to spend more money, it's to spend it the right way. And this really nails the two sides of that coin. On the left, you've got that sinking feeling of marketing on weak ground. We've all been there. It's wasted ad spend, sure, but it's also the frustration of your brand message being all over the place. But then look at the right. This is the skydem way. It's about building on a strong foundation. It's a total shift from chaos to clarity, being research-driven and digitally ready before you even think about promotion. And that brings us to the core of their whole philosophy. They're all about the idea that how you build your business matters way more than what trendy marketing channel you happen to be using this week. The process, the system itself, is the real secret to success that lasts. You know, this right here really says it all. Marketing without understanding leads to wasted effort. It's so simple, but it is so true. This is the entire why behind their method, to just completely get rid of that waste by starting with a deep, foundational understanding of the business first. So how do they actually do it? Well, it all comes down to this really simple but super powerful 3-step mantra. Step 1, understand. Step 2, digitize. And only then, as the very last step, do you create demand. The order is everything here. You can't mix it up. And this idea is the bedrock for their entire growth engine. Okay, so that philosophy gets broken down into something really practical. A 5-step growth engine. You can think of this as the actual step-by-step blueprint they use to make that foundation-first idea a reality. Step 1, and honestly, this is the most important one, business and market research. Before anyone even dreams of making an ad, they go deep. They get to know the business, the customers, the market, and, crucially, where the gaps are. Everything, and I mean everything, starts from this insight. Step 2 is all about digital readiness. I just love this phrase they use, ensuring you're ready for growth, not prematurely marketed. It's so good. It's about making sure your house is in order before you invite guests over. You know, having a great website, solid online processes, the whole digital infrastructure you need to actually handle the growth when it comes. Then comes step 3, automation. So once you've got that solid digital presence, the next logical step is to build systems that can actually manage the growth without everything falling apart. We're talking about things like CRMs and sales tracking tools, building a machine that can scale smoothly as more and more business comes in. And get this, it's not until step 4 that we finally get to what most people think of as marketing. This is where the demand generation starts. But see, it's built on that rock-solid foundation of research, a ready digital presence, and automation. That's why it works so well. The campaigns aren't just shouting into the void. They're connecting a strong, prepared business with exactly the right people. And finally, we have step 5. But here's the thing. It's not really a final step. It's more of a continuous loop. Using data, using customer feedback, the whole process is constantly being tweaked and optimized. This is what turns that first spark of growth into long-term, sustainable scaling. You launch, you measure, you learn, and you get better. Over and over again. Okay, so the theory sounds great, right? But does it actually work in the real world? Let's take a look at how this engine really performs across some very different industries. Let's start with real estate. I mean, the challenge here is massive. It's a super crowded market, and the time it takes to make a sale can be incredibly long. So skydem's solution wasn't just let's run more ads. It was super targeted campaigns paired with a total game changer, a system to respond to new leads in under 5 minutes. Speed is everything in real estate, and they built a process around that fact. And the results of that system? Get this, 120 qualified leads in just 2 weeks. That's not just random clicks. These are serious potential buyers. It just goes to show you that a smart system makes all the difference. All right, now for something totally different, healthcare. In this world, the challenge isn't just selling something. It's about building trust, it's communicating really complex stuff, and you have to do it all while following super strict regulations. So their solution was all about patient education and community engagement, running campaigns that were empathetic and, of course, fully compliant. And you can see the proof right here. Over 10,000 social engagements in the very first month. Now that shows they didn't just reach people, they actually connected with them. They built a real community around the brand. And in healthcare, that's absolutely priceless. And for our last example, let's look at FMCG. That's fast-moving consumer goods. Think stuff you'd buy at the supermarket. Here, the goal is all about immediate action. You need people to try and buy the product like today. Skydem's strategy was brilliant. They connected the digital and the physical worlds, using online campaigns to drive people to real-life sampling events. And the result? A massive 34% increase in same-day sales, right at the locations where those events happened. I mean, that is a direct, measurable impact on the bottom line. It proves their integrated strategy flat out works. So as we start to pull all of this together, you can really see the pattern, right? It's all about building your growth the right way, with a system that truly makes all the difference. These 4 points really capture the whole thing. It's a sequence that just makes sense. You do the research before you execute. You handle the digitization before you promote. You set up automation before you try to scale. Each step builds on the last one, making sure that when you finally do create demand, it's done with purpose and on a foundation that's actually built to last. And that really leaves us with one final thought, and it's captured perfectly in their own tagline. It's not just about getting more clicks or more leads, it's about elevating your entire business to a whole new level. So, the real question is, are you ready to create demand at the skyline?